We want the cuff to be a rectangle. And you want to catch, I'll show you in a minute. And you can hand guide it. Back stitch it, beginning and end. Okay. Okay, so I've got a straight line from here to the edge of the lap, right? Straight line, top down, bottom up, whatever. Here to here, straight. With extra below the fold. Extra fabric below this fold. Okay, that's critical. Okay, got it? So what we've done, so you know, because right now you're monkey see, right? So what we've done is we've created the end of the cuff. Right? Pretty cool. Right? All the stuff you can figure it out. Hey, you know, I gotta amuse myself. Sorry. It's only Wednesday. Good thing you don't have this on Friday. Okay, sorry. And then on the other short side, same deal. Stitch it up. Whatever that distance is, keep it straight. It may be more or less a ½ inch. All right, just go straight. All right. The pattern allowed a ½ inch, but again, depending on your French seam, depending on how your lap folds in, it could be more or less. Usually a little more on one end. Okay. Key is make it straight. Back stitch it. Oops, that's a little far, but back stitch. Okay. And again, beginning and end back stitch, bless you. All right.
What size is the seam allowance for that?
Whatever is straight up. The pattern has ½ inch. So one of your ends is going to be ½ inch. But again, because of how this thing, how much you've got extra on the lip of the lap and how much you sew your French seam and your thickness of fabric could change it. I don't care, just make it straight. Make it straight.
So you want it to match with?
Yeah, match the lap. And again, which one is folded under, the front or the back? Front or back flap? Which one? Front is folded under, so that means the back goes which way? Out. All right, front under, back out. So check that too before you do a whole lot of stuff. So I have seam interfacing in the seam allowance. What do I have to do? Braid, right? So braid to 1/4, not less. Less is not better here. And I'm also going to finish the braiding now here of this part. So that was on the first seam I did. I just removed the extra fabric, and if you got a little fabric stuck in the stitch, usually you can just kind of pull it out. Usually. Maybe not. Okay. It'll come. Anyway, I can get it out of there. All right, so it's on. All right. Okay, so now I can poke this out for real. All right, but let me do the other end. Same deal. Cut the interface part to 1/4, and then cut the other part so it's about usually 1/8 bigger than the first one. Straight down. Okay? There. Everybody good? Then poke it out. This you should be able to get a nice corner. Just stick your thumb usually right in that corner, flip it out. Poke it out, take a pin. I'm not done there. You can see it's not square. I should be able to get that a whole lot better. All right, using a pin. Same deal. Poke your finger in, flip it around. There's a lot of strep throat going around. Did you know that? Take vitamins, drink juice, get sleep. All right. Everybody's down for the count, so. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's better. Okay, so now you're almost done. Again, which way does the seam allowance go of the sleeve to the cuff? Which direction? up toward the cuff. All right? So in the next step, it will be hidden by the cuff. Okay? Got to go up. Now, I'm going to show a crack stitch here, okay? Because that works the best. So where your thread trace is, build a little bit extra out from there, like a fat 16th. Fat 16th should usually do it. And I know my thread trace is really hard to see on this, but it goes a fat 16th beyond the thread trace. Okay? A little bit more. Okay, everybody good? Like that much. And I'm going to fold it first. Keep it nice and even along the whole deal. And you have to see what you're doing. So here's where the thread trace really helps you. All right. Our goal at the end is to have the cuff to be the same height from one end to the other, right? So this is one step that helps you get there. And with cotton, we can just finger press usually. And at the end where the seam allowance is, just let that wrap around the seam allowance, right? Encase it. Okay. All right. Both ends. Encase. You don't want any raw edges sticking out. So, ay. I'm all thumbs tonight. Okay. And then pin so that the thread trace lines up with this stitch. Thread trace lines up with the stitch holding the cuff to the sleeve. Okay? And pin from the right side of the sleeve in the cuff. Okay? So I'm going to pin in the groove. Pin in the groove here. And that's also where I'm going to stitch. When I pin there, I should see that I'm catching through to my thread trace on this side. So pin in the crack, in the indent, in the seam itself, so that you're in the groove here and you're on the thread trace here. Seam matches seam. Seam top matches seam bottom. Okay? Seam on top lines up with thread trace, which is your seam line on the bottom. All right? So match it, pin it in the groove, catch the thread trace on that side. Okay? So again, make sure that that whole entire seam